They call them the ghosts of the mountains. Nepal's snow leopards in a landscape that seems to touch the sky. For centuries, these cats were seen as enemies of the shepherds who worked these peaks. But in the remote region of Dolpo, a pioneering conservationist is rewriting this ancient narrative, turning conflict into cooperation and enemies into allies. Welcome back to Rewildology, the nature podcast that explores the human side of conservation, travel, and rewilding the planet. I'm your host, Brooke Mitchell, conservation biologist and adventure traveler. Today, we're traveling to the remote region of Dolpo, where I had the incredible opportunity to speak with Tshiring Lama, a remarkable snow leopard conservationist who's rewriting the rules of coexistence in her hometown. After witnessing the heart wrenching reality of human wildlife conflict during her research, Shearing founded Snow Leopard Journey, a woman led tourism company that's proving conservation and community prosperity can go hand in hand. In this conversation, Shearing and I follow her path from her early days researching the complex relationship between caterpillar fungus harvesting and snow leopard habitat disturbance, to her transformative journey with legendary conservationist George Schaller. Then we explore how she's turning local herders into conservation champions and creating a future where snow leopards and communities don't just coexist, they thrive. You'll come away with understanding why these mysterious cats are worth saving and how sustainable tourism might be a key to their survival. Before we dive in, if you're loving what you're hearing, don't be shy, please. Hit that subscribe button, leave a rating and review, and share this episode with your wildlife obsessed friends. Every listen helps spread the conservation word. Also, if one snow leopard episode isn't enough for you, scroll through the archives back to episode 38 with Rinzin Lama, who is studying and conserving snow leopards in his remote hometown of Humla, Nepal. All right, that is enough from me. Let's venture into the world of snow leopard conservation with the inspiring Tshiring Lama. Well, hi, Tshiring. Thank you so much for sitting down with me and talking about one of my admittedly favorite species of all time. And you have been working with them for quite a long time to conserve them, especially in your home area. So let's actually get into that. You grew up in the Himalayas, which is just mind blowing to me. Could you talk about that a little bit? Take us back in time. What was your childhood like? What was an average day for you growing up in the Dolpo region of Nepal?
And thank you so much, Brooke. I'm so happy to share my memory and experience with the snow leopards. I was born in the very remote of the Nepal Himalaya. My home is Dolpo Himalaya. When I was very young, my childhood stays, lots of our people were talking about snow leopards. And actually, at that time, I don't like the snow leopards because
Mm.
my duty used to care and raising the livestock, the joe yaks, and then I mostly used to go to the like pasture land to take care those livestock. And lots of our local people say, "Oh, you have to care carefully, otherwise the snow leopards or wolves attack your livestock." Then I carefully watched the my livestock. And then, but at that time, I haven't seen the snow leopards. So in 1995, luckily I met the one Westerner from the Montana. His name is Doc Emmons. He came to our hometown like with the kayak expedition. So my village is very close to the one beautiful lake. It's called the Fuxunda Lake. So the kayak expedition, their purpose for riding the kayak on that lake. So in 1995, I was like 6 years old. So lots of children, went to the lake side to see that new objects like kayak, new people, foreigner. Among the kayak team, one of the offer us children ride on the kayak, and I was very brave to go with them ride on the lake. So I have very my small childhood picture with the kayak team. And then after a year, and my parents got a letter from the kayak team, and in letter they wants to sponsor my educations
Oh,
and
wow.
sponsored, but at that time there was no schools, so my parents had to send me like 3 days walk down to the lower Dolpo, and then I studied like grade 10 in the lower Dolpo, lowland of like which is far from 3 days walk from my place, and I studied up to grade 10. And then I was so interested in science faculty, science program, and I finished the grade 10 in the Lodolpo and to had to come to the Kathmandu city for my higher education, high school, because there was no science schools, a science college. And yeah, and during the that my school time, we have a junior ranger program, and in every Friday and Saturday. And that junior ranger programs, we have to do lots of things like environmental related, and the bird watching and river cleaning and forest, I mean tree plantation and cleaning, all the these things, things. But later I know that that's junior ranger program initiated by the Snow Leopard Conservancy in US, like California based. And then I came to Kathmandu and I did the high school in the biology. And in while studying the biology, I'm so interested in the wildlife management and sort of things. And then that encouraged me to study further in wildlife management. And after the high school finished completion, and I did a bachelor in environmental science. And within the environmental science, I specialized the wildlife management. And still, I'm very, very fascinated and interested and deeper interested in studying the wildlife. And after bachelor, I joined the master in natural resource management. So during the master thesis, and my friends and all the lecture, they're looking for the issues, and which is issues they are doing the master thesis. But for me, it's a best, piece of cake in our Dolpo region. No, there's lots of issues because nobody can go there and do research at that time. um, there's the caterpillar fungus. It's a Chinese that
Hmm.
have larva, have a fungus. Some people call the Himalayan brega, and last year, University of Oxford, they proved it's a 40% cure for cancer cure. It's a
Really?
medicinal plant, actually in Nepal. And my hometown within the national park, and lots of outsider, and yeah, of course, local people, they came and harvest that caterpillar fungus. And then I found caterpillar fungus habitat and snow leopard habitat is totally overlap. And I had decided to do the thesis on impact of caterpillar fungus collection or harvest in snow leopard habitat. And yeah, and after my master thesis, I found the findings was very, very negative impact. And then after that, I focused and put my energy, all the things in the snow leopard conservation in my, in my hometown, Dolpo.
So, what were the negative effects that you found?
There, herders, they brought their livestock in the snow leopard habitat, or both. So yeah, Erzakumba has like habitat during the Erzakumba collection. Its local name is Erzakumba. It's common English name is caterpillar fungus. Some people prefer the Chinese caterpillar fungus because it's highly demanded in China. So during that and two snow leopard calves, and there are two snow leopard calves chasing the baby yaks of the herders or harvesters, and their baby calf is killed by the two calves. And in the return, the herders put poisons and torturing and beating and tail dragging. I think that's moment I think put in my snow leopard clothing also. If you remember or not, there's few.
Oh, yeah, that
Yeah, that.
video, I, like, got a little sick to my stomach as somebody who, loves these
Yeah,
creatures to watch the
yeah,
torturing of those snow leopards. I was a little
yeah,
sick.
yeah. That's the negative findings.
So, I guess to bring back to a motivational standpoint, when did you decide that it was the snow leopard you wanted to focus on? So you said that, in the beginning, you used to be scared of them. And then you went to school and you started to study the caterpillar fungus and you realized that it overlapped with snow leopard territory. At Was that the point that you decided that you wanted to study snow leopards, or was it just happenstance? You're like, "Oh, I'm really interested in this plant, the medicinal properties. People are coming into my home to harvest these." And I'm sure that had all kinds of conflict. I can only imagine all these foreigners coming in to harvest, your stuff. Um, and then you saw the connection to snow leopards, or when in your journey did this did they come into your life, during that?
Yeah, one of the reasons is that, but another main reasons is when I studying the wildlife importance and the food chains, ecosystem balance. So snow leopards in our hometown is known as like top predators who balance the ecosystem. Yeah, and yeah, that's knowledge ingrained in my mind, and looking at the ground in my grass community, they totally negative attitude towards the snow leopard conservations. And I've found when I was a young, yeah, I was like them, but later, like while getting the educated, I found myself, oh no, I have to obey my community. I have to save the snow leopards, which is very vulnerable and which is very, very threatened from my local community. I have to, motivate them, convince them, and encourage them, employ and empower and sort of thing might come in my mind. And then I had decided to go. I specialize in the snow leopards in my hometown only.
Just how cool. What an amazing personal mission to go down. You see a need, a conservation need in your own backyard, and you're like, "That is what I'm gonna dedicate myself to." Like, that's incredible.
Yeah, and yeah, I was confident that I can convince my local people because there is no language
Mm.
barrier. And yeah, one of the no language barrier, and second is I'm a woman, and I was the first conservation woman from my community, and first woman educated from my community or my local regions at that time. So, and I can convince them that I was, totally confident.
Confidence is
Yes.
key. Yeah, having that social proof is huge. And I mean, also too, like, congratulations. I just feel like this needs to be said. You were the first woman conservationist in your community, the first one to get higher education. Like, oh, Shearing, you're just so incredible. This is why
Yeah.
I'm so
Thank,
grateful. to talk
Yeah,
to
at
you.
that time, the nowadays the younger women are coming. Next generation women are coming. So that I am,
Oh, and I'm
yeah,
sure you're a
yeah, I am
mentor.
happy to to see their progress, and I am following that you know like education road.
It's so cool. That's awesome. So before we get back into your work with your community, I would like to take this up a little higher so that we can all have a general understanding of snow leopard conservation. So, could you maybe explain what are some of the top issues that our snow leopards are facing? And then we'll get more into the solutions. But yeah, what's going on? Why are they not faring well right now?
After completion of my master, and I was fortunately to join the international conservation organization WWF Nepal, and during the working for them, and I was assigned to go to my community to do the harder survey, and then I went to every corner of Dolpo, of regions where local people even never reached that area, and I talk and conversation had a good conversation with every harder women, and at that time I found the 99% of herders were women.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
women. And then what I learned an important lesson from the herder women, they say, you are the snow leopard guardians, who are the livestock guardians. You are going to save and support the snow leopards who are like value the livestock. So totally their perspective, my perspective, total opposite. And then one question, they've raised that one with me, I mean, share with me. And second question, they say, everybody come and ask and gather the informations from us. Oh, how much depredation status, or maybe how many livestock do you have? Have you seen the snow leopards? And then that's lots of conflict question also. But they never give us, like in return, give us anything. And so this, why you say this knowledge? It's never give us food. It's never give us fuel. It's never give us fertilizers. It never um, give us anything. Even they kill and attack our valuable livestock, which is we raised many years, and the snow leopard erased or killed our livestock, our saving lifetime savings. It's erased, and then I try to convince them slowly, day by day, the ecosystem values of snow leopards and cultural value of snow leopards with them. But they are concerned on the food, fertilizers, day by day, their daily activities. So saving and conserving the snow leopards is totally out of their box. So I try to slowly them and them. And then at that time, I want to be, some people ask me, and my mind, my soul also asks me, what you want to be. And I say, oh, I want to be this knowledge researcher. But from that, what I learned from the harder months, and since then, and I have switched my, like, being the researchers to the uh, conservationist. So, and I total now I'm small leopard conservationist. Yeah, I do the little bit of gathering information, but no interested to publish the articles and research findings and lots of things. If I do that, and then there's no benefits for my community, for my harder moments in terms of that perspective, and I slowly switch my interest, being the researcher to the conservationist. And like after being the conservationist, and I support them the foxlight predator. Now I'm doing the predator proof corals and train. train the local youths of harder community to be the snow leopard sporters who can are able to show the snow leopards so to the tourists sort of things. Now my community herders they are happy. My ultimate goal is to value the snow leopards by the local community. So if there is a conservation benefits from the snow leopard for the community, and of course, community, I found community will value, of course, definitely value the snow leopard. So I'm going now, yes, this sort of approaches.
I completely understand that because I have a science background as well. And I realize that, okay, there are incredible academics out there that are doing wonderful research. Like, you publish the papers, I will do my best to be a micro, like a megaphone to get the word out and talk to incredible people like you. We don't all have to be researchers in our field. Like, you are doing incredible work, which we'll get into soon, which is just as important as the research side. Like, you went out, you got the data, you saw the issues that were happening with snow leopards, and it sounds like in your area at least that maybe retaliatory killings was that the number one issue?
Yes,
Yeah. Yeah, so
yes.
depredation of livestock and retaliatory killings. Okay, yeah, that makes total sense, and you saw it. So then let's talk about the coexistence side of this. You briefly mentioned some of them. So, what is actually working for helping your community live with snow leopards? And also, what was the reaction to the solutions that you brought to them?
And they are living, coexisting. Snow leopard kill their livestock, and in return, they kill the snow leopards. So far, since 2016, I have been seen and heard the 11 snow leopards was dead. That's
Wow.
due to brutality killings. The snow leopard come in corals at the night and kill like more than 45, some hundreds in a single night by one snow leopard,
Oh
by
my
one snow leopard.
gosh.
So the family are totally angry with that mass killing. Yeah, of course. Even for me, my livestock killed by snow leopards. That's huge. Yeah, I'm also angry with the snow leopards. So I observe and research and lots of and develop the concept and what's the reasons to reduce the mass killing or fatality killings. That's mass killing is one of the motivator. I mean the factor to kill snow leopards in return. So so nature of the corals is totally single pile stone. Corals nature is single pile stone and totally open, and it's not more than 3 feet height.
Mm.
So
That's nothing
yeah,
for a snow leopard
yeah,
or any
yeah,
cat.
yeah. It's not for the snow leopard. Snow leopard jumping over the 7 feet or science says like
Right.
7 feet. Yeah, and then the nature of coral construction is not proof. And then and I designed many times. It took me like 2 years to develop that concept into your reality, all the things. And then now my predator proof corals is robust, and I'm confident 100% snow leopards not enter into the corals, and which is both animals are saved. A snow leopard mostly attracted wooden sheep is a medium size. So for herders, even like wooden sheep inside the corrals, it totally grows. And then and the snow leopard jump over the roof, and roofing are mesh wire, totally mesh wire. And then I piloted a month ago, and it's proved really really good. I found a good findings.
Okay, yeah, that's incredible. So could you talk about the difference? So how did you make these corrals snow leopard proof? Like, since most people are going to be listening to this audio, could you maybe explain them
Yes, sir.
and how these corrals are different?
Yeah. My working area is where there is no tree, even single tree, no tree. So the timber is
Mm.
not available. If we carry the timber from the low Dolpo to upper Dolpo, its transportation cost is hugely. And then my one is galvanized metals, and it's very not wall system. It's joined, which is easily transported from lowland to upper Dolpo, and it's long lasting. Like the manufacturer says, like minimum 50 years. And then the stone with the with cement and like foundation, and a well side well with the mud and stone, and then mesh work is so I train the local women to how to weave that in the on the sides.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
and they are happy to fix the metal fittings with the nut and bolts, and weaving the mesh, our mesh wire hole is less than 1.2, no, 1.5 inches, like this much smaller than otherwise snow leopard legs, go down
Yeah,
and
then they would
trap,
get stuck
yeah,
and then it would just be a
yeah, hold
whole,
and trap, and
oh,
maybe,
that could be a whole other issue.
other issues. So it's smaller than the snow leopard leg foot, what palm. And
Amazing.
the special features of the corals is like uh, very woman friendly. Usually in Dolpo, mostly construction belongs to the man. Man can do build all everything. But for my predator corals, more than 50% women involved. Metal fitting and wire maze wire weaving. That's
Wow. So they also gain new skills of how to build too.
new skills, yeah, and more engaging the woman
Wow.
in conservation.
Wow. So, okay. So you found a solution for protecting livestock and hopefully s- the solution to the retaliatory killings, which seems to be the top issue that snow leopards in your community are facing in like the area around where your community lives. So let's switch gears now to snow leopard journeys. How and why did you decide to start snow leopard treks, a snow leopard company, tourism company in the Dolpo region?
Mm, yeah, my community, they said always that there is no benefit from the snow leopard. Why you say the snow leopard? It's never give us food. It's never give us water. It's never give us anything. So I want to show them the proof. Yeah, how it's valuable, you know, and yeah, I taught them and convinced them ecosystem balance, but they do not understand about the ecosystem balance. Importance of the significance of the food chains. This is a technical term they couldn't understand. And then third, easier to convince them is, and then I heard lots of from the Ladakh. Many years before Ladakh people had the snow leopards. Now they love the snow leopards. So due to snow leopard tourism, so I got the distance of suggestions from the Dr. Jersaler, who is the renowned conservationist, and he suggested and supported me to go to the Ladakh. And I went to the Ladakh in 2017 or 18. Yeah, 18. And we sighted the snow leopards within the 3 days. And the Ladakhi people were so happy to see the snow leopards. If not seen, and they felt so sad why we didn't see the oh no some things. In Dolby, it's totally opposite. If we saw the snow leopard, they're so sad. If it's not seen, okay, good. Now snow leopard, gone. use like lost. I mean the disappear. So our livestock, raising this livestock is easier from the predators like snow leopards. And I thought, yeah, it would be good idea to replicate. I mean, learn from Ladakh to this my hometown, and my hometown is sort of similar to the Ladakh people. And then I try to uh, train the local youths. But our Dolpo regions is situated between the Tibet, close to the Tibet, and it's a restricted area, and our government. I think, so we need to go through this special permit, and through the registered trekking company. So I had to do registered trekking company, and through the trekking, like Snow Leopard Journey. So through the Snow Leopard Journey, and then I said, if I train and give the job to the local youths of the harder community, so they make some income from the snow leopard tourism. So later, the income may improve their livelihoods. So they, and definitely they value the snow leopards like a lot. And then, yeah, and then I did. So I started from the zero level. There were no snow leopard sporter. I have started from the zero level, and my prioritize is 50% women and 50% men. And yeah, all the things that I started from the zero level, and yeah, now I'm happy. Some trade profit goes to the snow leopard conservation in my hometown.
So, how in the world did you find snow leopards? This is one of the most difficult predators on the planet to see. So, how did you start to be able to take tourists to see snow leopards? Did you bring spotters from the dock to and they trained you and local spotters how to find them? Or just, yeah, how did this even happen? It's incredible what you have done and what you have built. And I want to make sure that we understand the magnitude of this because I can't fathom. I don't know how you even do this.
Oh, in Dolpo, it's everywhere snow leopards, but it's elusive. So we have to do the hard work to find the snow leopards. Not chasing the snow leopards, we identified some vantage point, and with the sporting scope, you know, yeah, not only naked eye, sporting scope, and we follow there the howling in not at night in the winters. Yeah, there's lots of strategy in pregnancy. So I want to say it on this platform because in Nepal, lots of trekking company, they're asking us the itinerary and sort of strategy, I'm scared. I'm scared of it's gonna for the mass tourism, and if it goes mass tourism, and then my snow leopard gone. So I keep this itinerary secretly and strategy.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah, this is your baby. This is your treasure. This is your community and your snow leopards. I don't blame you, girl. Yeah. Yeah. We definitely don't need to say where this is or how, but more just like the yeah, like how. How do you do this? How do you find a cat? I mean, one of my favorite games, like, I mean, I'm really not on social media that much anymore, but I love the photos where it's like an I Spy and it's like find the snow leopard. And like to this day, and I'm really good spotter, it takes me forever to find a snow leopard in a photo. So I can't imagine looking at a Himalayan landscape and knowing that somewhere in this multi-mile radius there's a cat and you got to find it. Like that Sharing, that blows my mind that you've been able to
Yeah,
do this.
yeah. If sometimes is we cannot make a guarantee 100% sighting, but lots of our clients they are happy to do the experience thus with the sign and to see their activities in the snow leopard habitats. It's the snow leopard uh, movement patterns, like walking on the snow leopard trail, even though it's not sighted.
Mm, yeah, I understand. Yeah, that's definitely one of those animals there is not a 100% guarantee to see one of these. So how many people then from your local community are you able to employ
Mm,
when you are running the treks?
yeah, I have trained 15 snow leopard sporter
Mm,
local youths as snow leopard sporters.
I mean, that's a good number. 15 people that
Yeah.
can be employed from snow leopards. Like that is just so cool. And are you starting to notice a cultural shift at all? With do people are they starting to like snow leopards? Are they coming around to this
Oh
idea?
yeah, lots of local youths. I got a lot of phone from local youths. Oh, I'm interested in the training. I'm in standards training. So nowadays I'm quite busy for the film uh, project to be completed, and also yeah, looking for fundings. How fully the impact fund from the film to will help to train the more local youths.
Just how cool. Yeah. Just you're doing everything for snow leopards. And even another thing that you're doing that is getting ready to come out is you actually have a film which is going to be dropped soon. I have not been able to see it yet because I mean we're talking like it is getting ready to be released, so it's so new. But could you talk about this? What is this upcoming film that I know is going to be submitted to some pretty big, it sounds like some pretty big film festivals, which that's like incredibly exciting. So, what is this film? What's the story? Like, I guess what's the plot or storyline? What's it called? And then, what are you hoping will come from this film once it's out?
Yeah, the film features the like my work and the suggestion of snow leopards in Dolpo, prospective attitudes of the local community towards the snow leopards, and lots of these things cover. And the main focus, they were two sister, one me and one is another from my village sister, and focus in snow leopards and through like our own life struggles, and that's the main mm, main points. And it's now under the release, so if the festival accepted the film, it's probably in end of the January or February.
Wow, yeah, that'll be awesome. We'll definitely have to keep an eye out. What is the film called?
Snow Leopard Sister, the film is called Snow Leopard Sister.
How long did it take? Did they like come with you on a trek? Is that what like the film is about? You're on a trek and they like got to see the things and like but also interview
Oh
you
yeah,
and sister.
yeah,
Is
oh
that
yeah. First, they came to route, survey, preliminary survey in our hometown, and then second shooting, and then third shooting, and then interview, lots of interview. Yeah, that's their date.
I will be very excited to see it when it is available to
Yeah,
watch. How
please, you must
exciting.
watch because even for me, it was so heart touching and inspiring. Yeah, give some energy to do the
Wow.
more snow leopard walk in my hometown.
Yeah.
Yes, sort of things.
Ugh. And I would like to just turn back to you for a little bit, sharing since I mean, you've been the first of so many. You were the first, woman in your village to go get a higher education, become the first conservationist, like bring snow leopard conservation to your community. And while all of that is wildly inspiring, I'm sure that you had to overcome a lot to do that. Struggles, everything. Could you talk a little bit more about that? What was it actually like for you to do this? Were there hard days? Did you have a lot of pushback? Yeah, would you talking to us a little bit about that? What was the actual struggle for you to do this?
Yeah, actually, I struggle for lots of my community. They love the teachers, uh, professions, teacher professions, and then the social workers and doctor, engineers, sort of things. But but my passion and my interest was to be the conservationist. Before researcher and later conservationist, that driven researcher driven me the conservationist. And it's still my community. They do not like my profession because I'm
Mm.
saving their enemy because snow leopards their enemy. But slowly it is a one side, and other sides I'm slowly convincing them, one day, and then hopefully one day they change their mind. And yeah, when like many years back, 20 years ago, lots of the community people, my local people said to my mom, nobody need educated. Why you send your daughter to the schools? And my mother, lots of facing these things of talking, whispering within the community. But later, after my graduations, and then that same local people, they say, "Oh, your daughter is doing great job." So before
Oh, wow.
before this, so it's like community like mine, and they are so dynamic. So hopefully now they are looking me the enemy. One day they are looking me the friends. That I'm sure.
And you have to, which I mean, it's so hard in our field. You just have to be accepting and loving regardless, like regardless of what they come to you as, because the last thing you want to do is make enemies, because then they're going to hate the snow leopards even more.
Oh yes, yes.
And also too, there's another part of your journey that I would love to hear more about is our last call, I got to meet your little one and you're a mother. Um what was what was that like for you becoming a mother in the middle of all of this? Did you feel like you had to quit your work or was it more inspiring to keep going? How did you how did you balance motherhood with snow leopards?
It was very, very hard time for me, but I balanced my that time, the taking care of raising of my kids, my son, and snow leopards go together. And yeah, I love both snow leopards and my son. So yeah, challenging was the carrying him on the mountain, but I did lots of exercise physically to carry him on the mountain, and that's what I did. And another is breastfeeding. My doctor said it would be very good for your child, his health. You have to feed your breastfeed. I'm feeding, I mean breast milk. So I have to take him with me wherever I went. And yeah, and I tried to leave my son with some babysitter, but his health was not good when he was 5 years old. Oh no, 5 years not old, 5 years mom inside my womb. His left kidney, his left kidney swollen bigger and bigger and bigger.
Oh,
So my son doctor told me if it's bigger and bigger, he is needed to surgery after the 7 months. So, but luckily, it's not swollen, not bigger what we expected. So when I gave birth, he's 9 months of the surgery of C-sections, and after 2 months, and he had to do surgery, his kidney, left kidney. So what's the reason this is his kidney duct, duct is very narrow. So
Mhm.
he's like urine is up and down, his flow is not good. So that's why swollen. So they widened the duct. And yeah, during that time it's very hard for me, and then I carried all the things, these things, clean posits and snow leopard posits and baby posit all the together. Yeah, I still remember there could not be more child. This is the first and last,
Yeah.
and
Can't do this
yeah,
again.
no again baby. I don't need again baby. And I totally told my like husband, if you need the more baby, go for another marriage, and I can give birth another baby. Yeah,
Wow, that's a
yeah, it was
lot.
hard, very hard time for me. I got anxiety also, but I balance all the things. Now I am very stronger. That's just make me stronger and stronger.
Oh, I mean, wow, Shring, I didn't know that. I didn't know any of that. That just made your journey even more inspiring. That and also that you brought your child with you into the mountains. That just goes to show that one, babies are very resilient, and two, just your ability to even do that. And then just to hear that he actually had health problems when he was born in a C-section. And oh my gosh, I mean, yeah, I'm quite blown away. I do not have children of my own, and so I can only fathom, but I have lots of sisters. I have a gazillion nieces and nephews, and I can only imagine what that was like for you, just like putting myself in your shoes. Um, I mean, wow, good for you. Good for you. I mean, you're even that much more of an inspiring person to know that you got through that and went through that, and you're still doing snow leopard conservation. Like, you didn't give up. You didn't quit
No,
during all of
never,
that.
never give up.
It's never
Never
quit.
quit.
Oh, incredible sharing. So yeah, I think that as we're nearing the end here, I know that you've shared so much with us. You've shared, you know, how all of this happened, your backstory, coexistence, snow leopard journeys, tourism, giving back to your community. And I always love to ask this question, especially after hearing everything that you went through. Do you have any advice or any a message that you would like us to walk away from this conversation with?
Yes. So my message to everyone is to follow the interest and passion wherever, whenever, or whatever. You follow that, and you must listen your heart and your soul and mind, whatever you want, whether it's now leopard conservation or whether wolf conservation or maybe other professions, other top, I mean the faculties. And then after you like follow your interest, and there's no more barriers, this is my interest, that's why I carry my baby, and wherever it's like snow falling, it doesn't matter, so whatever challenges come, it doesn't barrier my work, and my like, yeah, that's why I suggest or give a message everyone, wherever field, doctor, engineer, or maybe mathematician or English teacher or whatever, follow your heart and your interests.
Wow, that's such a great message. Yeah, I could not agree more. Sharing, if somebody wants to get a hold of you or follow Snow Leopard Journeys and your work or anything, What are some of the best ways that people can do that?
Um, my Snow Leopard Journey. Oh, I forget to mention that one. Like a impact fund for our film, so to legally channelize the money fund to the Nepal. So I have to register a non-profit corporation. As non-profit corporation name is called Snow Leopard Sister non-profit in Nepal. So yeah, and through the that nonprofit, we are doing the conservation activities project. I mean conservation project. From my Snow Leopard journey, I organized the track. So the track profits, 10 to 15% track profit goes to the conservation work through the Snow Leopard sister. And yeah, Snow Leopard's journey track profits really give us to not reliable on the funding. If there is like no funding, so emergency work happen in the Dolpo, so we allocate the Snow Leopard journey track profits.
Amazing. Okay, that makes total sense. So that you have a for profit that helps fund the nonprofit, and then people can engage with the nonprofit, donate all this stuff. I love the name too, Snow Leopard Sister. Like that's just so pretty. And if somebody, is there a
It's
website? I know that you have Snow Leopard Journeys, but yeah, could you actually list those? What are the links? Are there social media accounts? How can people engage with your work?
Yeah, there is our Snow Leopard's journey websites and Instagram and Facebook. So yeah, whatever they need, the questions and information, and contact us. Yeah, we'll do reply. And I think that the Snow Leopard sister website is under construction. It will be come soon.
Wonderful. Cool. Great. Yes. And then when that's alive and available, I'll definitely share that as well. And all of those links, I'll make sure in the show notes so that anybody can just go to rewildology.com and find you very easy. I'll have everything right
Yes.
there. Of course, like I said, with show notes and photos and all kinds of fun stuff, links to the film when it's available, and then links to the Snow Leopard Calling, the one that you sent me
Yeah,
previously,
that's
which is
that's
really,
free
really good.
free on video. Snow Leopard Journey video. It's a free. Everyone can
Yeah.
reach out.
Yeah, perfect. Yep, I'll have that there too. But sharing, you are incredible and so inspiring. And I'm so grateful to have met you. And I just have to send a shout out to Dave Johnson to thank him for introducing us because he's such a beautiful person. And yeah, and you are the perfect voice to highlight for Snow Leopard Day here coming up. So, again, sharing, thank you for spending your Saturday evening with me. And I can't wait to get this out.
And thank you, Brooke. And yeah, one of the our Snow Leopards sport or training supported by the dip that what Katie Adamson funds. And yeah, from this platform, I want to thank you so much, the Dave Johnson, and also for you. It was so lovely, I think, night to talk with you about the like, oh, remind all the my words and like overwhelming me. Yeah, and thank you, Brooke, for this platform, and yeah, and I'm so happy to share it all thing through your ideology podcast.
Awesome. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you for joining me on this wild adventure today. I hope you've been inspired by the incredible stories, insights, and knowledge shared in this episode. To learn more about what you heard, be sure to check out the show notes at rewildology.com. If you enjoyed today's conversation and want to stay connected with the Rewildology community, hit that subscribe button and rate and review the show on your favorite podcast app. I read every comment left across the show's platforms, and your feedback truly does mean the world to me. Also, please follow the show on your favorite social media app, join the Rewildologist Facebook group, and sign up for the weekly Rewildology newsletter. In the newsletter, I share recent episodes, the latest conservation news, opportunities from across the field, and updates from past guests. If If you're feeling inspired and would like to make a financial contribution to the show, head on over to rewildology.com and donate directly to the show through PayPal, or purchase a piece of swag to show off your rewildology love. Remember, rewilding isn't just a concept, it's a call to action. Whether it's supporting a local conservation project, reducing your own impact, or simply sharing the knowledge you've gained today, you have the power to make a difference. A big thank you to the guests that come onto the show and share their knowledge with all of us, and to all of you Rewildology listeners for making the show everything it is today. This is Brooke signing off. Remember, together we will rewild the planet.